Hello, YouTubers. Welcome to Level-Headed News. This is your host, Brenda. This just in, breaking news. This is off of theguardian.com. It says Berlin, suspect arrested, 9 dead after truck crashes into Christmas market. Many people also left injured after vehicle runs into night market in what is suspected to have been a deliberate attack. There is video in this URL. The URL is posted in the description of this video if you want to take a look at that. It says at least 9 people have been killed and many more injured, according to German police, after truck plowed into a Christmas market in Berlin in what is believed to have been a deliberate attack. A vehicle, a large black Scania, I guess that is S-C-A-N-I-A, articulated lorry, ran into the market outside the landmark Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church on Monday evening. German police said one person was found dead in the lorry, having died of injuries sustained in the crash, while a suspect was arrested about 100 meters away in Tiergarten. Police said they could not confirm whether that person was the driver. A witness told The Guardian that the truck plowed into the market at speed. It was not an accident. The truck was going 40 miles an hour. It was in the middle of the square. There are main roads either side where it could have come from, but it showed no sign of slowing down, said Emma Rushton, a British tourist. She said it crashed into a stall only a few feet away from where she and her friend were standing. We heard a massive bang. About 8 to 10 feet in front of us was where the lorry plowed through. It plowed through the stall where we bought our mulled wine. It plowed through the people and the wooden huts. It tore the lights down. Everything went dark. It was black and there was screaming. It was awful, she said. Rushton said they did not know if the incident was over once the truck stopped, so they stayed still. The people in the huts were, it tore down the lights. Well, wait a minute. It's jumping on me here. Try this again. The people in the huts were under it, but they pulled out and they were fine. We didn't know if something else was coming. We walked where the lorry had plowed through and saw injured people and blood. We saw 10 to 12 people. Another witness, Mike Fox, told the Associated Press that the truck missed him by about 3 meters as it drove into the market, tearing through tables and market stalls. It was definitely deliberate, said the tourist from Birmingham. He said he helped people who appeared to have broken limbs and that others were trapped under Christmas stands. The incident was reminiscent of an attack in Nice in July when Tunisian-born French resident Mohamed Boualel drove 19-ton truck down the city's Promenade des Anglais into a crowd that had gathered for the Bastille Day firework display, killing 86 and injuring hundreds. French authorities said that the La Houje Boualel had been inspired by ISIS propaganda, but they say no evidence has been found that ISIS orchestrated the attack. In Briches Platz was one of Berlin's busiest shopping areas. Came less than a month after U.S. State Department called for caution in markets and other public places, saying extremist groups, including Islamic State and Al-Qaeda, were focusing on upcoming holiday season and associated events. A German government spokesman said Angela Merkel, the German chancellor, was being briefed by the interior minister, Thomas de Maizière, and Berlin's mayor, Michael Miller. De Maizière told reporters, "My thoughts are with the relatives and victims of those injured in this terrible accident. I am in constant contact with security forces in Berlin and have offered them every possible assistance from federal police." Wolfgang Bosbach, an MP with the Christian Democratic Union, Merkel's party, said, although there is a host of unanswered questions, indications are it was a deliberate attack carried out not just with the greatest brutality and disastrous consequences, but also with a deliberate symbolism. Just a few days before Christmas, in the middle of the German capital and amidst happy, peaceful people. The message is clear. No matter where, no matter how, we can pounce at any time. Miller said, what we're seeing here is dramatic and a shock to us all. We hope what our fears that this is an attack won't prove true. Our thoughts are with the families of the injured and the dead. They could not confirm whether it was deliberate attack or an accident. They said the truck had a run-up of about 80 meters before the crash. They said the vehicle had a Polish registration and belonged to a Polish delivery company. According to the firm, the truck left Poland on Monday afternoon, heading to Berlin. Touch with the driver at 4 p.m. local time. Police called the scene devastating and said they had considered that Christmas markets were at risk of being targeted by terrorists for some time. A spokesman said, "We are investigating whether it was a terror attack, but do not yet know what was behind it." Off-duty doctors across Berlin were being brought in to tend to the many injured. Officers said that the lorry came from the direction of Budapester Strauss over the pavement before coming to a halt by a Christmas tree in front of the church. Known locally as the Jagged Tooth, the church was bombed in the Second World War and left more or less in its ruined state as the memorial to victims of the war. It's one of the most popular tourist sites in Berlin and very close to the Berlin Zoo. Police cleared the area and volunteers set up information points for relatives looking for news of missing loved ones. The Christmas market was cleared, and the police spokesman said there were concerns the crash may have caused a gas leak. Morgan Post newspaper posted a photograph online showing damaged tables and stalls and footage of a truck at the scene and police officers investigating. Sven Gerling, a spokesman for Berlin Fire Service, said at about 8 p.m. we saw a tragic accident happen here in Bridgesplatz. A lorry drove through the crowds of people. There are many people injured, many seriously injured. People have been killed. With a large number of vehicles, the police are too. We are now going to ascertain the deaths and look after the many injured. There are several recusations going on. We are trying to save a number of lives. So there you have that. And in case you just tuned in and wonder what this is all about, Berlin suspects try this again. Berlin suspect arrested, 9 dead after truck crashes into the Christmas market.